Hello everyone and welcome to another Fun Fold Friday. This Fun Fold Friday though, it is raining and storming down here in Texas and is very dark outside. So I've got all this lamps going and everything. I hope my lighting is good and I don't have too many shadows. But anyways, it's Fun Fold Friday, and in today's video I am going to show you how to make a pop-up shadow box card. And so what I mean by that, and I'm going to hold it up here so you can see what the idea is. So you have like this hole cut out and you do some folding and gluing and basically you have a 3D card, and it's the size of a card, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, so it fits in an envelope, and then whoever receives it gets it and it just pops up. So pretty cool. And I'm going to show you, I'll give all of the measurements and the supply list of the card I'm making over on my blog. Yay! All right, so it's Friday. Do any of you guys have big plans for the weekend? It's my birthday weekend, and my husband and I are going to Lake Murray State Park up in Oklahoma and staying in a little cottage there. That'll be fun. The rain is supposed to stop today, and tomorrow's supposed to be really beautiful with cool temperatures, and so perfect for hiking, and I'm really excited about that. Anyways, let's go on and get started on this card. Okay, the first thing you're going to need is 2 pieces of cardstock, okay? And this cardstock, I've already cut it, and let me show you the measurements, and this will be over on my blog, but you want 5 1/2 tall, and then 4 1/4 all the way across. The center part is 4 1/4, so it's 5 1/2 by 4 1/4, but then you add an inch on both sides to give you the 6 1/4. And once you've done that, then you score it at 1 inch and at 1/2 inch on both sides, 1 inch and 1/2 inch on both sides, and you do that to both of your pieces of cardstock, okay? So that's that, and I have this, and I'm using Very Vanilla for my background and Cajun Craze here for my top. Now, if you see, I've already cut a square out. Good morning, Linda and Debbie and Tammy and Mima. Hello, hello. Good morning, everyone. All right, so I'm going to pull this up so you can see it has a little stitched edge. What I did is I took the stitched frames here, and these are great. These are just perfect for making perfect size rectangles on your cards when you want to cut out, making frames or whatever. And in this case, we're doing a little peekaboo hole there. But I also wanted to bring some of the beautiful designer series paper, the plaid tidings. And so I cut this plaid tidings piece out at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then I just took 2 layering stitched rectangles. And what I did, let me just show you. Let me find the ones I used. I think these are them. Yes. So first I took the plaid tidings over to the die cut machine and I cut that out. Then once I had that cut out, then I put it on my cardstock here. I laid it down. All right. And then I took this die cut, this rectangle, and stuck it in the center, held it in place, removed the designer paper, taped it down so it wouldn't move, and ran it through the die cut machine. And so there I have that. Now I want to attach this to my base, to my cardstock here so it doesn't move. And I'll be using liquid glue for most of this card. Whenever you're making a 3D card or a fold card, I encourage you to use liquid glue to give it more stability. It's a very strong adhesive, and so this stuff is not going to pop off when the person who gets it starts playing with it, because they're going to want to open and close and open and close because it's fun. All right, and also glue allows you to wiggle your paper around a little bit. Okay, and you can see where I need to wiggle it a little bit there. Okay, and bring it down here. There we go. All right, so now we have that frame on. The next part I want to do is take the back part and I want to stamp in here, okay? And I'm using the stamp set. Where is it? Here it is. The Autumn Goodness. I love this stamp set. It's just, and this little saying here, golden leaves, chilly air, autumn beauty everywhere. That's so cute. And I've also stamped and cut out this little harvest pumpkin and apples and pears. And I cut this fence out also. I'll lift it up so you can see the detail on the fencing. Let's see if it'll get in focus. There it is. You can see the wood grains. And so we're going to be using all of that. All right, I'm also using Bumblebee. It's a darker yellow. And I'm going to stamp this haystack twice. Once in full saturation and the other in a lighter one. So, all right, so I know that I need my haystacks to be in here. I'm going to take a pencil and very lightly, mark where this rectangle is. That way I know where my haystacks need to be. Okay. And how are we all doing? Good morning, Colleen. All right, so here's my first haystack. Oh, and you know what else I need? I need my piercing pad. Hopefully this will stay. Oh, look how genius that was. That was pretty good. All right, there we go. All right, so I've got one haystack, and now I'm going to do another just right behind it in a lighter color. There we go. Oh, that is very light. You can barely see it. Oh, well. No biggie. Next, I want to put my sentiment in here. And now I have my sentiment on the Stamparatus because I don't want to mess up. Like that haystack, I wish I could stamp it again. But I've already moved it and I wouldn't be able to line it up perfectly again. This is already lined up here. And my sentiment's right in the center. But instead of the yellow... Instead of the, actually that haystack is too light. I'm going to have to try to stamp it again. There we go. All right. With the Cajun Craze, that'll be nice and dark and you'll be able to read it. Can you all see what I'm doing? Yes, you can. All right. Okay, I'm going to stamp it one more time. There we go. Perfect. Okay, now you can see it. It's nice and dark. All right, let me move this out of the way. That, my ink out of the way. Okay, and bring my card back in. All right, so far, let's review what we've done so far. I have 2 pieces of cardstock that are the exact same size. One is 5.5 by 6 1/4. The other is 5.5 by 6 1/4. Then I scored at 1 inch and 1/2 inch on both sides of both of these. Then I cut this designer paper at 4 1/4 by 5.5. I used the stitch rectangles. I cut out some rectangles. Then I traced where the opening is so I knew where to stamp. Now I'm going to erase my marks so they aren't left there on my page. On my card. All right. All right, we're having difficulty getting this off. That's better. Okay, nice and clean. And we are ready to put the rest of the things on here. So here I have this cute fence, and I'm just going to place my fence right there. And this fence has 2 little notches, so if you cut a second piece, you know where to line it up, but I don't want those notches there, so I'm going to take a pair of snips and cut them off. Well... Once again, I've lost my snips. I tell you what, those things must have legs. I just never can find them when I need them. All right, and so I've cut those 2 pieces off. And then I'm just going to attach that right there with a little glue. so we have our fence on there now. Oops. Kind of squished out from behind the fence post there. There we go. All right. And our pumpkins, however, we need to put those up on dimensionals. So let me get out some dimensionals. Whew. Well, hello, Carol. Thank you. I'm glad. Yeah, I love making cards for you guys. It is really my passion. That's what I do it for. I do it for you guys. So now this pumpkin, I know that this is sticking out here, but I've got to remember my envelope is going to come right there at the edge of the designer paper. So I don't want these pumpkins to come out too far. I don't want it to go past that. So let me pull it up here so you can see it better. There we go. Okay, now it's time to put it together. So, like I said, you have it scored at 1.5 inches, 1.5 inches, 1.5 inches. And then you have this one scored at 1.5 inches, 1.5 inches, and 1.5 inches. All right, and of course I did that one wrong. This needs to go this way because it's the inside. There we go. Okay. So your inside piece, the folds come towards you. The outside piece, the folds go away from you so that when you put them together, they'll be right there. And let's get some glue. And this is called a pop-up window box card or shadow box card. And if you want to see some other really cute examples, just go to Pinterest and type in either shadow box card or window box card. And you will see some really cute ideas. All right. So you can see how that's a 3D. It gives you that space between them. Okay. And then when you mail it, you just fold it together like this. And squish it down. There we go. Yay. That didn't quite get on there. That's all right. It'll be all right. Okay. And we are done. Cool, huh? I hope you all liked this fun fold today. Like I said, I just love bringing these cards to you. The supply list that I used plus the measurements are all on my blog as soon as I get them put up there. I have to take a picture of this card first so I can have a picture of it. And also, when you use the host code right now, this new host code, I will send you a spool of the braided linen trim. However, it needs to be over $50. I noticed some people are using the host code, but they're not quite going to $50. You need to spend at least $50. And then that way what happens is I have the money to purchase the spool, or I don't purchase it actually. I'm a host, so my Stampin' Rewards, I can choose free items, and I choose items, and then I just give them to you. So they're free for me, but you have to use the host code so that I accumulate the points to get the free merchandise to send to you. So that's how that works. Anyways, thanks again for being here with me this morning, and stay dry and safe out there if you're down here in Texas. I'm sure it's raining in other parts of the country. But we're supposed to have a nice, pretty day tomorrow. So cool, pretty day tomorrow. All right. Bye-bye, and see you Monday for Scrappy Christmas.